Hey guys, Shop Talk Podcast.
I'm a zero pro guy.
I did it, yeah. I ran a marathon.
You only crank screw?
Am I the town hero? 3 laps of that are just...
Okay. Hey guys, Shop Talk Podcast, episode 64. What?
All right.
All right. Episode 64 here. Back in the shop, back in Brody's garage, pretty much.
Yep.
The studio.
Studio garage.
DitchBanger National weekend recap. Kyle, I know it was your daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
But this is your event. You could be the mascot of the DitchBanger National.
You legit could be.
It looked like fun. It looked like a blast.
Like
It was wild.
You and Colin would have so much fun just being down there. But like you guys need to go down there and you need to race.
Yeah. One of these years, we'll make a plan.
So next year we have to have the Shop Talk. We thought of it on the way down there is that we should have loaded up whatever kind of old leaf spring sled you have
Oh, yeah.
for Brody.
Oh, yeah. That would be a good one.
In the Leaf Springer class
Yeah.
because, god damn, those guys are...
We
It
got,
looked like fun.
I see they had some sweet. Do they have like a leaf mod?
Yeah, leaf open. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's like leaf spring stock.
I believe so. Or a 250.
Oh,
Leaf spring
okay.
250s?
Yeah. We got some fast leaf springers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what Brody needs to get set up with.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking about that. I mean, totally off topic, but I think this summer, if I'm not building any other sleds, if they come up with stupid classes, at Pine Lake every year they come up with some class, but
Yeah.
I might build another LT Gray.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but because the rules changed to up to 600 cc,
Yeah.
so you can run an 80 LT Gray. The 500 cc is when they switched, so you can run an 85 or 80 and up to 85. Well, I would probably keep it a leaf spring, but I think we can get one going 100.
Yeah.
It's possible. Like
They
legit GPS 100.
Yeah, they are pretty aerodynamic. Like,
Yeah. It's between that and then like the skid frame and stuff. I'd probably have to. I definitely want an R track, but the rail spacing on an etiquette skid frame is goofy for the R track, so I'd have to get like a wall skid and stuff like that.
Oh, speaking of tracks, there was that track debacle on Facebook.
We'll
here.
get to that.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible to get one because it's an improved stock rule in that class.
Oh,
the
sure.
vintage class.
Yep.
Nobody's really in that class, but I think it'd be fun to get an LT Gray to go 100. A leaf spring machine.
But started off, shout out Woody's Traction. Use the code SHOPTALK10. Save yourself 10% off and free shipping off your next Woody's order. So shout out to Rick Teedy, Woody's. Started off with our Shop Talk Fantasy that we do.
And are you going to shout out merch?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do have. Yeah, our Shop Talk merch sales have dropped to 0. We haven't been plugging it very hard, but we do have our normal black shirt, white logo. We do have a whole bunch of assortment of hats now with
different styles, different colors.
Yeah, some different colorways and everything, but it's all the same patch like me and Brody are wearing currently right now, but just different colors, black on gray, gray on black, and whatnot like that.
All
They
black.
must be good hats because everybody at the shop wears them all.
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
do see Johnny wearing his sometimes, and I get a kick out of it that Johnny could literally go wear any hat that he wants. He could wear his own Jag hat, but he's wearing a Shop Talk hat, so I think that's pretty funny.
I'm wearing a Jag hat right now.
Yeah. So yeah, buy some merch. It helps us out. Just the only way to buy it is pretty much just DMing me on the Shop Talk page, Arlo page, or whatever. So the Shop Talk Fantasy League we do. The first core race of the year, Ottertail. Emily Pearl Photography. She donated a metal print picture for the first place winner. And Spencer Mabry. Marbury.
Mabry?
Yeah. Won. And then he donated it back to us. So then Emily messaged me after a few days and wanted our logo in a PDF form. So I just thought, well, maybe she's just going to put our logo down in the bottom corner of the picture or something, being it's a Shop Talk 1 picture. But then I found out that he donated it back to us. So then finally, we should have got this from Emily at Park Rapids, but then she didn't find you, and then I wasn't there.
I was busy.
Yeah.
And she also really didn't know if she could recognize you or not, or something like
you
that.
had your helmet on or something.
Yeah, and she didn't want to just wave down a dude in a helmet
Yeah.
and not be Kyle.
Yeah.
So it was a funny story.
So Emily met us down at DitchBanger National and hand delivered the metal print picture that she designed and put pictures of me and Brody and Kyle on there from Pine Lake, and then our logo in the middle. So we got it sitting on the table right here. We're currently looking at a spot to put it in the
We'll have to move some stuff around.
in the garage.
But yeah,
here.
we'll find a nice
Plethora.
spot for it because it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, if anybody watched the DitchBanger National vlog, it's the picture that we're talking about there. So it turned out really cool.
It turned out so freaking cool.
It is sweet.
Yeah.
So if you wanted, if you're a racer and you've wanted one of these metal print pictures, shoot Emily a message
Because they are freaking
Yeah, they're
sick.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe buy a metal print picture from Emily from one of the pictures she takes. So
They can even be canvas. They don't have to be metal.
I don't know if she does canvas or not. Maybe she does. Maybe she don't.
I thought that was an option.
Oh,
Anyway, either
Yeah.
way, the metal ones look freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So
yep. Yeah, super cool for the studio / garage. Quick Iron Dog update. Wes, as of just like a couple hours ago, Wes Selby and Corey Davis scratched. Supposedly something happened with Corey's drive line or drive shaft, and then hurt his back a little bit too. And then Alex Hatteen and Eric Christensen. I'll read a direct quote here from Alex from Vince. That's pretty good. So like the first 50 miles.
is that
Or,
what
no, not the first 50 miles, but like that hole where they started on Big Lake was pure ice. When me and Mandy were up there was like a foot of snow on that lake. So like, they had been, well, I'm sure they're running a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
A lot of wheels
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
So,
All of them.
all of the wheels.
It looks like this snowmobile.
just solid wheels.
but there's like a 50-mile stretch there, Brody, where there's no snow.
Yeah.
Just straight through the canary grass of.
Well, I saw clips on
Oh, yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then so Vince texted our group there that Alex said, I quote, "It was the most insane and stupid thing anyone can do on a snowmobile." But they're still plugging away.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how any sleds made it through that shit because it looked just dumb.
they said the one team, they were like, they'd go a mile and stop for 5-10 minutes, go another mile for 50 miles.
Oh my God.
Because there wasn't any snow to even grab and throw into the skid frame
No.
or throw anywhere. There's
No.
no snow ananywhere.
Everybody's got their side panels off, bungee corded to the sled and
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, I don't want to do that. I bet you. I wonder how the Doran brothers are feeling this year, just watching on.
But they're enjoying it a little
Nice
bit.
and comfy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's about all.
What
I had.
position is Alex in?
I haven't looked yet. I guess I wouldn't know. So yeah, DitchBanger National.
Back to it, yeah.
We came, we saw, we had fun, chaos, carnage, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Right, Brody? Mm-hmm. So to start off with, we could have.
It was pretty nice watching from my couch.
How did
I bet.
How'd the live stream?
It was laggy for a bit, but like for like the big race, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it looked like they had some good camera angles. They had the drone flying around.
Yeah, but they did only follow the leader the whole time.
I did notice that too.
So
yeah,
it would have been nice to see like a couple different shots.
just to kind of pan from this group of riders to the next group of riders.
Instead of like just first place, if they had like another one doing like something along the lines of like top 10. So like if there was a group running like second and third and fourth and fifth,
Yep.
follow them guys for a little bit.
Sure. What'd you think this Gonvik?
Yeah, they were talking about Gonvik, the suburbs of Gonvik. He does live in a suburb of Gonvik.
Yeah, about 2 miles north to Gonvik, you know.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
You didn't watch the vlog then. I screen recorded that into the vlog.
No, I did not.
Yeah, they were, Gunnar Arland from Gonvik. So that was pretty funny.
Downtown Gonvik.
But no, it was, we could have had Andrew Carlson on. I could have maybe messaged him to talk to him a little bit about the event.
He had tough luck there.
Yeah,
in the open class.
In the open class.
Or no, maybe it was a stock class. It was a stock class.
Yeah, I think him and Adam Peterson tangled together in the first turn there. Yeah. So it was when I was passing him, I was like, oh, that's 2 less people to pass.
Yeah. Yeah. In the mod class, it was a good battle, but then they black flagged Peterson for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening there, like, because he kind of jumped, if that was the final or if that was in the heat.
It was final.
Oh, really? Because, he kind of jumped into Carlson there a little bit and kind of bumped him a couple times. So I don't know. Even the announcers didn't know why they were kind of pointing the black flag at him. But then Andrew's telling him, keep going.
Keep going.
So that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it was, this was their fifth year of running it, our first year ever going. Mm-hmm. So, I thought the registration for it and everything was super easy, super simple.
Yeah.
Getting to the event, we just told the people our name, bought Brody a wristband right there, and just drive in and park. Huge facility. Yeah. We were down there for the championship truck off-road race 2 years ago, and just park anywhere. Huge facility. We had a nice parking spot right on the edge, so we didn't get congested with kind of everybody else trying to park all tight and everything. So I thought that was nice. Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh, yeah, totally. No, we had a damn good spot.
Yeah. I can't believe they have that dog out there barking, and it's 15 below out right now.
Oh, yeah, they don't give a about that dog. They got 3 big-ass dogs that they don't give a shit about out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we wouldn't have that. Well, you can never hear it on the mics, but we can just hear it sitting here.
No.
So, I thought the event, parking, everything, registering, getting our numbers. They spent a lot of money on vinyl.
Yeah, it looked
giving
like it.
all the racers numbers to put on their sleds. Mm-hmm. I thought of that, of just having stickers made of. They put a lot of money into that. Mm-hmm. So Dad raced 40 plus. On the way down there, Dad had a terrible toothache.
Oh no!
That he's had this broken tooth that was giving him some issues a week before the Sioux or some sorts, and he said it
went away.
It went away.
It stopped hurting.
Yeah.
From a week before the Sioux, and then all of a sudden, on the way there, he's nope.
On the way there, somebody put a drill bit in his mouth.
That's the worst.
So, just out of the blue, we're like, what? It's like, yeah, my tooth is killing me. It's like, what? How? What?
So tough luck there with Dad getting that. But the track, I've never really walked on man-made snow like that. It is bottomless sugar snow.
Yeah.
So the 1.25 inch were not it.
No.
Big mistake. Big. So that's improvements for next year. For sure.
Can you go 1.5 inches on that sled?
Yeah, you can go 1.5 inches on that one. I think maybe if you went smaller drivers, you could go so if I went down to 8s, then I could maybe go 1.75 inches, but then you wouldn't be able to run studs. Yeah,
on the Polaris, I know you can't go anything past the 1.25 inches with the 9-tooth drivers.
Oh, sure. So tough luck for Dad, but he got his 2 laps of practice. Mm-hmm. He was actually stoked with how the Gen 2 handled.
Yeah.
In his first heat, coming around that first turn there, I watched the video back, and the guy who fell off in front of him just hit a few of them braking bumps and just let go.
Ejected. Yeah.
Just ejected himself off the back of the sled. Man. Just let go.
Oh,
right in front of Dad.
Right in front of Dad.
Yeah.
So Dad comes to a complete stop, dead last.
Yeah. Oh, I was laughing so hard. They had like commercials on, like in between heats and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like they were vlogging people, like going around vlogging people. There's a dude sitting at the starting gate and he's just ripping a cig. I was like, that will be me if I ever go
DitchBanger, yeah.
Yeah. Next year, pro class at Pine Lake, I'm going to rev up the sled, and I have a helmet off, and I'm just going to be ripping cigs at the starting line.
There's a video of a dirt bike rider like behind the starting gate doing jumping jacks with a cigarette. Me and Wes sent that to each other, and he said, "I'll do this at the next race." I said, "Bet."
Yeah.
So Wes, I didn't see you do it at Iron Dog. So wherever we
Wes,
see you,
you got to come to Pine Lake next year. We'll both be ripping cigs before the starting line. Oh, that'd be great.
so we'll see if Wes comes through with that or not. But
yeah, that sums up the DitchBanger right there.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard because he had one of them Skidoo like Fadunk helmets with the respirator deal in it. He had that hanging down. He's ripping cigs. I was like, that is the man right there.
yeah, you could easily do that down there.
Yep.
You race with one in, probably.
Oh yeah, you definitely
I'll
could.
just wear an open face. And drill a little hole.
We'll cut the chin off of that bell helmet there and just open face it.
I'll just drill a little hole in my face mask and then just
Just slip it right through there.
But yeah, Dad started dead last there. The track was a little rough. It wasn't as bad as it was.
No.
Or it had gotten or anything. But Dad just looked kind of stiff.
Yeah.
Like he just didn't look comfortable. I think he made it. I think they started with 30 out there. Mm-hmm. So he made it all past half the guys.
Yeah.
He made it up to 15th. Needed to get 12th.
Mm-hmm. So
his tooth was hurting him. So he wasn't like just overly joyed or nothing.
That's the worst.
And then so it was pretty short there where we didn't have much wait time until his LCQ. Mm-hmm. Emily and Spencer, the Carbide podcast guy there, we're in the trailer there. And then, going into the LCQ, Dad needed to get third. And he had fourth gate pick, so he was on the inside, which was like a pretty preferred line. Mm-hmm. But then just the inch and a quarter just spins off the line.
God dang it.
So then coming into the first turn there was a little pile up that quickly dispersed, but he got kind of just hung up behind that pile up and wasn't able to maintain speed. Terrible start again. And then, but they had just groomed. Yeah. The track was perfect.
The track was primo. And so Dad was like, I'm gonna give her on
put
this one.
In.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a heater in on this nice, fresh groomed track.
But it is unreal on how those groomers go around and they have a tiller on the back. Yeah. And so it manicures it just perfect. But on how fast it gets rough.
Oh yeah, that sugary.
It is unreal. Even the Leafs, the first race of the opening ceremonies on Saturday, the Leafers were the first sleds out. Yeah. And in their 8-minute final, it got rough. Yeah. With just them Leaf Spring sleds out there.
Man. Yeah. You know what would be fun if you could do every race except for the Masters, of course. But if you do Leaf Spring and then open and then stock.
That's what I'm like, because there's a lot of waiting around.
Yeah.
We waited around a lot. I could have brought a book. I should have brought a book.
We should have brought the card table, and we could have played multiple games.
Yeah. We could have did multiple games.
That'll be the plan. We'll just bring the picnic table, and we'll get corncob pipes, and we'll just sit around reading books. I got this perfect book you can read. It says 2-stroke tuners on the front. Oh, yeah, it's like a 2-stroke hand tune. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll just sit there, smoke a corncob pipe, and fucking read that book.
No, so it was, what the heck were we just talking about? Oh yeah, a lot of waiting around. So yeah, that's where I thought for next year of if you have a lot of money of building a mod or building a triple mod, who knows, to race those two classes. I'm racing 30 plus next year for sure. Yeah. It'll be 30. And then pro. So that would help. That would help speed the day up a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of waiting around just for pro. Like we didn't get to the track on. I didn't have to get to the track on Saturday till like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then get there and do hot laps at like 2 and then wait till like 5:30. So it was,
Yeah.
and all you did is hot laps. So it's not like you're going to tear your sled down and work on something or something. But
That's pretty much any race. They,
yeah.
like they do the pro qualifier right away, first heat, and then you got to wait. Is it 7 heats till the pro step final?
Yeah. Or that's like at the motocross track where you do a Moto 1 here and a Moto 2 there. And so that's where multiple classes make the day go by faster for sure. Dad got 6th in the LCQ. Rode a lot better though. He looked pretty,
he rode damn good. He said he had a lot of fun out there.
Yeah. So like, let's say Dad qualified in, like straight in through the heat. Like even Dad said he would have been a mid-pack 40+ guy.
Yeah.
Mid-pack. So I don't know. We'll see if he's. I bet I'd love to see.
Dennis Dermis was out there.
Yeah. Yep. He was
Racing 40+.
Yep.
Your dad got to run against one of the greats.
I wonder. We talked about it. We didn't know if he had raced him back in the day or not.
Oh, really?
Maybe in one of the I-500s when they were kind of all in one class.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have. But like he would have been pro, and Dad would have usually been in the fan class. But I would have loved to seen a printout of all the 40+ guys to see if Dad was one of the oldest.
Yeah.
Because, he's easily
59 out there, so I would have loved to have seen on how.
He might have been the oldest.
I don't know. I
don't know.
I thought I heard somebody else, like when I was standing around the staging area, somebody say 60. So yeah, Dad might have been one of the oldest out there for sure, though.
Totally.
And he's got a big age gap between his 59 and being 40.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's
So-
on the very far back end of 40+.
Yeah. So, that's what they should do. Like they have 30+. They should, go to like 45 or something. 45+.
Yeah, like even if you go to like Loretta Lynn's, they have like 35, 40, 45, 30, like 50, 55.
Just to break up that age
60.
gap. Because there's only 10 years between 30 and 40.
So Andrew Carlson, you need a 60+ class.
60+.
60+. Huh? I bet you'd get entries.
Oofda.
Fucking Dad would be in there.
Yeah, Dad would be in there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're limited to 60+, you're only going to have guys that are 60 to 70.
What if you just did a 45+?
50+.
Yeah.
50+. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do 60. Do 60. Just put a feeler out there, see how many 60-year-olds you could get.
Oofda.
We'll see. I thought for sure back in the USCC days they had a 60.
Oh my God.
I thought maybe my memory is not right, but I thought for sure they had a 60. Not sure though. But we had a freaking blast.
Yeah.
I cannot get over that. Like, so yeah, what do I have written down here? So for any DitchBanger races, like from here on out, like if anybody's gonna, like there's supposed to be one in Fertile now that they just we were gonna talk about later. But like I talked to one guy in the pits. So any DitchBanger races from now on, like the rules should just be anything pre-Firecat, anything pre-Rev, and anything pre-IQR.
Yeah.
Just across the board.
Yeah, because like Pro X came out or like went up to 04 and it's the
like
same thing as 01. So like
I think they were limited. They couldn't run a Pro X. You could run an Edge, but I think it was limited.
There was 01 Pro X's. That's what Andrew Carlson's was.
Yeah, but then like
But it was that it wasn't like named a Pro X.
No, it was the
XC with the aluminum.
Yeah, because they have it limited. Like there was no like Pro X2s out there.
Yeah.
They have some kind of limitation there on the edges.
It'd be like a 99 2000.
Yep. So
XC.
you didn't see any like 03, 04 edges. So like and then Yamaha opened it up to anything.
What do you think the optimum sled is for that? I thought
that's what I have. I have that as a question.
Is this a good time to get into it? Because like I think like a 01 Pro X. if you could run a Pro X, would be the thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. It looked like that's what like Adam Peterson was on. It looked like what Andrew Carlson was on.
They might be 99, or 2000 Polaris XC SPs, but they're Pro X.
Yeah, same sled.
Yeah.
So I have that written down of like what would be the best sled.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah, everything was good. Like you're on such a fair playing field.
So like
There's not one that stands out, I don't think.
no, it's I would say it's hard to say if like a light snappy 440, like a 01 ZR 440.
Yeah.
If that would be the ticket with an inch and a half.
I bet you it would in the mod class.
No, but then you can run a 700. I mean, that's
if you ran that the what were they, a 711 Invader? I don't know if you could run one.
no, you could like it was there's
If you ran like a 711 Invader kit and on a 440 01 Snow Pro.
yeah, but then like even in the stock class, like you could run your XC 700.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would a 700 be better?
Yeah, I'm guessing like a
I'm
like
not-
that. Did you like the suspension on that Polaris? Would be the thing.
On the Gen 2, the Gen 2 don't have the travel.
That's
like
So like, yeah. Well, an MXZ 700 would be.
there's a lot of skidoos.
Yeah.
Like they have they call it factory row of this guy who has like 15 skidoos. They look damn good.
Yeah.
Like they look really good. Like there was one guy, I wish I would have got his name, but he had like a old XPS blue skidoo looking replica.
Yeah.
And I lined up next to him in the heat race, and I was like, "That thing's freaking mint." And it was like, "Was it original?" I asked him if it was original or not, and he said he pretty much redid the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So, or it wasn't original. He went through it and redid everything. But I told him, I was like, "Well, if you don't run into me, I won't run into you. So then we can leave here with both of our sleds still looking good." He's like, "Hey, I like to hear that."
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sweet. So I don't know, like definitely telling Dad, like looking at those MXZs, they look like they sit nice and high, a lot of travel. So like what I would change, well, I had this written down, but we'll get into it now. But for my ZR 600, needs an 1.5 inch track. So the only reason I had an 1.25 inch in there was because I had an 1.25 inch laying in the other garage, and it was like I was tired of spending money on it, so I was like, that's what I'm gonna put in there just for now. But yeah, 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch, need a deep lug track. I'm gonna pull a sway bar out.
And that's the thing. Like if you're gonna run a 440, that's a big track for a 440 to be spinning.
Yep. So that's where I don't think the 440 would be the ticket. Not when you can run a 600 or 700 or, I mean, you could even. I told Dad, I was like, we could run a ZR 900 if we wanted to.
Really?
Yeah, it's open.
I got one.
I think it wouldn't be too heavy though.
No, it's not.
Like
I would just put Snow Pro bars and stuff on it.
Yeah, that's where I don't think anybody runs anything. I think a 700 is kind of what I seen.
Yeah.
Was what people ran.
But that big block 800 cat, that'd be a good machine.
I know. Yeah.
Power up to no other.
Not snappy power though. They're kind of a lower. They're a lower RPM torquey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you gear it.
I know. Yeah. That's another thing too.
I got one. That's what this is an old
Put
one.
in that TS chassis you got.
Yeah, there's a great idea. No, I can't wreck that chassis. I got a different chassis I can throw it in.
Yeah.
No
Put that
one
green track in there too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You'd have to have that green track.
Yeah, maybe that's a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the best sled would be because the guy who won it was on like a wedge chassis, but slightly longer track.
Like a 136.
I don't know if that's what it was or not. So that's where another thing I don't know of the rules.
If
like
you could change the skid frame.
Yeah, like did they make a 136 XC 700 of sorts at one point in time?
Well, you could use like a like an SKS skid frame, but they're super weak. So
Yeah, that's where
Like
I
the
feel
rails, there's no stiffeners in the rails. There's a chunk of rail in there that's just like this long. That's just a rail.
Like I feel like, yeah, if you could rig up, if I could put a 129 skid in my ZR or like a 136 in that edge, it feels like it would just hop the bumps better. It would just, instead of a tight 121 just going through the bumps, it would probably just connect the bumps a little bit easier.
That would be a good sled, like a 99 SKS 700.
That's what I don't know if that's what that was or not.
Because they're still wide. RMKs are narrower.
Yeah.
So
Because, behind the rear seat, it did have like a chunk of tunnel like that.
Yeah.
Where it's, because that's what I don't know
But
if it's.
If it was a wedge chassis, not a Gen 2, the SKS, well, they made one in like 97 that was a 700.
So, yeah, that's why I don't know if it was 700 either. So
they had a teal hood.
Yeah. But like, that was a thought too of, I don't know what the rules are. Like there's some rules.
Yeah. That'd be a good one to look out for. 99 SKS 700.
So we'll see. But like, I'd love to put that. I have a 129 ZR, like a 129 skid. That'd be a perfect skid to put in there. Deeper lug track, pulling the sway bar.
Really, you don't want a sway bar out there?
No, even in tech, the one guy told me, he's like, "Are you going to pull your sway bar out?" I was like, "No, we're cross country guys. We usually run sway bars."
Yeah.
But no, it seemed like so then once that guy asked me that, then I started kind of looking at everybody's sleds.
Yeah.
About 50-50 on people with sway bars or not.
Really?
Yeah, it feels like it would just maybe, you'd be able to, on the roll, like through the corners, you'd be able to get that inside to just roll a little bit more.
Huh.
So, and then plus the way that some of the holes kind of developed, it would independently work a little bit better.
Yeah, instead of soaking it all up.
Yeah, so definitely going to make that change. And then, that's pretty much what I felt like. Definitely going to put a hook on
Yeah.
the handlebars. Yep, where it's just got that little hook on them stock bars. In my little practice track, I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like it works. But then once I raced Dad's sled and he had his ice bars on there, having that left hook on there, it was like, yeah, I need one of them. Not like Evan Peppel. No.
Pinkies must be strong as hell.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to get Evan on that grip strength tester down at Walker this week.
I felt bad. I texted Evan yesterday after Vince told me I needed some plates.
Yeah.
Like, Evan, you got any plates laying around? He was like, you don't need those. I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
What I did have written down here was, do we need to make a YouTube video, Brody, of jack stand tutorial?
Oh, fuck.
was there good dudes ripping jack stand poles?
Oh my God.
I bet it was sweet as hell.
Okay, so I don't know if this is a snowcross thing, but I guess some cross country guys do it as well, or just a DitchBanger National thing of just
Locking it up.
lock it up, lock it up.
What the hell is the point of that?
4 times, and that track is just
just slapping away. It was we saw a lot at the DitchBanger National.
Oh my gosh.
so I don't know where these people are learning this or why they're doing that. Like
Because it's cool. It sounds cool. You just get to open that bitch up, just full throttle, just full throttle, just screaming away, just and just fucking grab a handful of that brake and just fucking
just locked up.
The amount of shit that's going on when you do that.
It's just absolutely wide open, just for 5 seconds.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pegged, absolutely
you see
pegged.
It could be a heads up race, and there's dudes doing it here too. What? And then they'll set it on the ice. It's like, do you know where your clutches are at right now? They're fully engaged.
Well, even that, like the guys that just wide open and then just drag the brake down.
Yeah.
It's like,
Get 'em hot.
I know for a fact you don't have carbon fiber brakes and rotors and pads in there.
Get them hot.
So why are you doing that? Why?
Oh man.
So there's this one kid on an MXZ or no, like a Formula 3 looking style.
Yeah.
I sent it to the group chat. He had yellow demon on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Don't
get me started on that guy.
He had the loudest sled of the event.
100%.
It's just a straight pipe.
Just Formula 3 side dumped out the belly pan, side dumped with no mufflers on it or nothing.
It was the loudest piece of shit out there, yeah.
That kid, he was parked a little ways down from us, and Tori and Dave were in our trailer at the time, and that kid had been having trouble with it and whatnot. And so we're just sitting in the trailer just bullshitting. And then we just hear out of the trailer just, "Wah!"
On the jack stand.
On the jack stand.
And so we all kind of heard it. And then finally we all like at the same time were like, is that kid still going?
Yeah.
And because he would still just grab a handful and just stand there with it wide open.
Checking plugs.
20 seconds wide open on the jack stand.
Just fucking just screaming away. Just whoa! And we were like, well, what the hell is going on
And as
over
soon
there?
as I pointed the camera outside the trailer to record, then he stopped.
Oh.
But like,
He must have put on how many miles there?
like 2-3 sets of 10 to 20 seconds of wide open.
It was wild.
The one video you sent of
That was the guy. Whoa! That was the guy.
Yeah.
Pit row.
Yeah, so that kid ripping up and down pit row, that's like a little bit of enforcement needs to happen kind of in the back bay of where we were parked. But yeah, a whole bunch of people went and talked to that kid after he ripped up and down the pits there.
Yeah.
But it's like,
We finally got sick of it.
Yeah.
so that was so I think we got to do like a jack stand tutorial YouTube video of just
How to do it.
I guess so.
Explain what's going on.
But I'd love to ask. I damn near asked somebody in staging, sitting right next to him, just what shoo, what shoo.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like,
What are you doing?
why are you doing that? Like, explain it to
What
me.
do you think is going on here?
I'm getting the brake fluid warmed up.
Explain it to me, please. So that's something I just shake my head at. I'll have to ask. We should ask the Carbide Podcast guy if that's a snowcross thing, or there are a handful of cross country guys I see do it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just because it's the ditch banger and just the rednecks, they just get on the jack and just hold it wide open. They love hearing that bitch scream.
A lot of jack stand tuning.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple.
Pull the plugs, check it. I don't know why it's running when I'm not on it.
And just hold it wide.
There was one kid, I think pro, on like a XC600 that was kind of tuned up, or a Edge that was kind of tuned up a little bit, and sitting there and staging, and it wasn't running right. It was
My God.
Yeah, it's gonna do that if there's no weight to do it.
And then
it would finally clear out of it. It would clear itself out of its like.
But it took a long time.
Oh yeah.
It took many just full throttle pulls of sounding like absolute
in
shit.
staging.
Yeah.
Next to everybody else, it just and then let go, let it idle down, not do anything or change anything. You just hold it wide again. And, just, and then do it again. We'll do it again. Don't worry. Don't change anything or look at it.
And then it
nothing.
finally comes out of it,
And
then their whole group is just like,
Yeah.
Mark that problem off the list.
we got it. We tuned it out of it.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun.
God damn, we saw a lot of shit like that.
God, we had fun.
Oh, it sounds like it.
And the one guy,
The number 400 sled.
I want to get to that one too, but I saw the one guy. We were standing there with Gunner and staging, and the one group goes out to go line up. Didn't unhook the jack stand, and so he took off down staging with the jack stand dragging behind him, and everyone's like waving and screaming at him.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was yeah, that's Jack Stand Etiquette. YouTube video will be out.
And a lot of guys just pick up the back sled for me and hold it. I'll hold it wide when you're standing behind it.
Spread your legs.
Yeah, spread your legs.
I did that. Jesse, I picked up the sled for Jesse right before the main event. I should have just let it go. Right into the front row.
Oh yeah, the one guy in staging, he wasn't lifting it up very high. Yeah. A lot of snow and shit was kicking behind him when he was ripping off.
So yeah, that's pretty much Friday. So Saturday morning, I go do the Carbide podcast with the Carbide podcast guy. About a half-hour drive from Elk River to his place there, and so he's got a pretty sweet studio set up. Yep. So we didn't really talk about like my career, like some of his usual podcasts are, like recapping people's careers and whatnot. It was more current events. So Spencer, in your intro, like maybe say that we kind of recap current events, and it's not a Gunnar Arlo career. Maybe you might get a few more listeners than just listening.
The Gunnar Arlo career, nothing about your career.
But no, that probably won't be out for a few weeks. I think Spencer said so. But I had a blast doing it. We did it was like an hour and a half. So see, I told you we were gonna get wild and might tip that picture over.
I didn't think we were gonna get that wild. What?
Frozen solid. Good fridge.
There might be.
No, there's some on the bottom there.
Yeah.
So yeah, look for the Carbide podcast with the Gunnar Arlo. Had a lot of fun doing that. So
making it work.
So yeah, Saturday we dinked around a lot, a lot. I finally got 2 laps in practice. Track was pretty rough, and then I should have adjusted, even after watching the YouTube video of testing the sled I put on. Vince texted me. He's like, hey, slow the rebound down on the front shocks a little bit. So I did 2-3 clicks. And then even Dad said it looked even a little bit bouncy in the qual or in the heat in the practice laps. So then I went about another 2-3 clicks of slowing the rebound down. So I was happy with how it rode and everything. And then we get to the heat race. Been waiting all day.
All day.
I'm jazzed and ready to go. Lined up on the very inside pretty much. Spin off the line. Not a very good jump. Like mid-pack going down the front stretch, the start stretch there. And then snow dust was pretty bad because it was getting cold out. At least not bad, but it was just like hung a little bit. And it was like close quarters. So coming into first 2 whoops, it's like, holy shit, bam, bam. And then the third one was a little bit bigger. And I don't know if somebody was right next to me that kind of bumped it a little bit even too. So then hit my kill switch. Oh. Me and Dad had just talked about this, in staging of we were going to put a zip tie underneath the kill switch just so it doesn't go down when you bump it. We're like, it'll be fine for the heat race. We'll do it before the main. And sure enough, we didn't do it. Race. So then I'm sitting there starting my sled after I pulled the kill switch. I was like, oh, God dang it.
I'm sitting there recording. Yeah. And I'm looking through the crowd, the herd of sleds. I'm like, what happened to Gunnar?
Because you can see me in the video, come in through and then it's kind of wooded over there a little bit. And then not come back through around one of the trees.
Yeah, and so I'm like, where the hell did he go? And then it's then he's in last. I'm like, how'd he get in last? I'm like, I missed everything. What the hell?
So then I just kind of cruised around being I knew I was in last, and it was I don't know what, everybody was qualified. Everybody in pro qualified in because they only had, I think we had 30 entries. So I wasn't too concerned about that. So then I just kind of rode around. But then that didn't last very long.
No.
Another 2-3 laps.
You made it 2.5 laps.
No.
Total.
It was 3 laps. I did. It had been 3. It was on that 3rd lap. Then come around through them big bumps again. And it made a hell of a growl. A growl and a grind. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? So then I kind of limp it into the infield. and like it, I don't know what it sounded like, but it grinded and growled. I was like, what the heck was that? So I lift the sled up on the side and just like kind of just look things over and see right away that both front limiter straps are broke. So I'm like, well, those are broke, so that's done, but I don't know why it's growling. So then I drive again and like it skips. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Did a chunk of the sprocket in the chain case come out or what? Like just you think of the weirdest things. And then so we get back to the truck there and everything. So that was pretty disappointing that like they went for like 7 minutes in that heat race. So it was a good amount of time to get more laps in and everything.
Again, I'm standing there thinking, where the hell did he go? It wasn't last. The pack came around again, and now he's gone again.
But then you got me on video driving
Well,
by
yeah,
you.
because I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, did he pull off already with that? And then I see you slowly come scooting by.
Yeah. So yeah, get back to the truck and trailer there then and start looking stuff over. And then here both adjuster bolts are equally
pushed out.
It's like I know I tightened them because when I tightened them, I told Dad, I made the joke like, "Huh, look at it, it's already cat loose." How tight I had the track, and so then I knew I fought with the 9/16 on the rear axle, so I remember tightening it.
Yeah.
So I know I tightened it. So then the only conclusion we could come up with was that I got hit in the rear axle. I don't remember getting hit that hard though, and especially in just that short span.
That would take a hell of a hit to push them.
Yeah, and it didn't like buckle a tunnel or nothing weird or.
Unless the threads were already kind of gummy.
No, they weren't stuck or nothing when I started working on this sled, so I was happy about that. I remember that. But yeah, pushed that rear axle forward, pulled the threads out of those adjuster blocks. So then those were shot. So we don't know what happened first, the adjuster blocks and the rear axle getting pushed forward that caused the limiter straps to break, or the limiter straps breaking, causing that to happen somehow. I don't know. Not sure. So then what I was hearing was like the drivers spinning and slapping in the track. That's what I was hearing. So that was kind of a bummer.
Super bummer.
Bummer. Like I told Bro, it's like all the time and effort spent into rebuilding this sled and only
the
get
videos.
Like couple laps.
Yeah, all the videos I spent working on it. And only get to spend like 5 total laps on it.
Oh, man.
So that was a bummer. But luckily they said at the drivers' meeting that if you break down and you can run your buddy's sled that's already been teched and whatnot, just go tell them the name or the number you're switching to and switch your transponder and everything. So I ran up and told them that I was switching to Dad's sled. Haven't raced a Polaris since 2013. But I jumped back on a Gen 2 and man, it just feels like home.
Yeah, boy, doesn't that feel good.
Except when your FXR boots do not fit in the stirrups.
Yeah, that's why you can't run them big, tall boots.
So Jesse had issues in the pro qualifier as well. His sled, he bought a pile.
Junker.
He said it ran good on the start, but then once he started hitting bumps, and the airbox was just bouncing around and everything, and it was coughing and gargling and everything. So then he ended up running his buddy's like pretty tuned up Skidoo. Like it ran good, it sounded good. So we start back row. Bobby Mini, he started front row, just kind of right in front of us. He was on like a old aggressive chassis.
Yeah,
one of the ugliest looking sleds.
Yeah,
the way those headlight pods are.
It was
on
a 700 too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, 700.
But he only had like a 1 inch or 1.25 inch track in that one too. So he was doing a lot of spinning.
That's a sweet sled.
It was in nice condition.
Yeah,
like
they're sweet because the engine's in them, skid frame and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're if it was a XCR 700.
Yeah,
that's a kind of a 1 year.
Jesse told me he told him that it was kind of rare.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's when they came out with the exhaust valves on the triples.
Oh, I see.
They're pretty sweet.
But yeah, he said he blew out a couple rear shocks or something. Yeah. He told me. But yeah, we get to the final. Dead last, back row. Me and Jesse lined up next to each other. So, like, what were your thoughts, Brody? It was so cold out. It wasn't like cold, but it was just the wind was just blistering.
That's not a word.
Blistering?
Blistering wind.
Blistering?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not an expert.
The wind was
Anyway.
just gusting.
The wind was bucking.
Yeah. The wind was bucking. The wind was ripping.
So yeah, Brody was down there on the starting line with me to grab the pit coat and everything. What was that like?
I don't know. It's kind of cool. I think about that sometimes, like at Pine Lake and shit, standing in the pits.
Yeah.
It's like I'm one of the only guys that get to be down here. Like
Yeah.
it's a different perspective than everyone else gets.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
down on
pretty
the,
damn cool.
on the starting line, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you get to see some sweet sleds down there?
Some sweet sleds, some dudes just picking up the backs of sleds and letting them rip.
Go up to Jeremy Hoole and Andrew Carlson's sled and say, damn.
Jeremy Houle won what the heck did he win on? He won 40 plus.
Yeah.
On that edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are sweet
That thing
sleds.
ripped. He had some good lines on that thing in 40 plus class. But yeah, so the start of the race there, I didn't have very high expectations. Like I wish
None at all.
I debated so hard on wearing my GoPro.
Oh, yeah.
Like Emily and Spencer told me to wear it, but I was like, my confidence was not very high after the heat race. I'm like, man, if I wear my GoPro and I'm just in the back and I just like get lapped, like that's not, I don't have to put the footage out,
No.
but it's not a good look. Not a good look at all. But now after it happened, I really wish I would have had my GoPro on. It would have added to the content and everything. So, but there's like 3 guys that piled up right off the start. My whole goal was just avoid pile-ups right off the start and avoid chaos.
Carnage.
And so mid-pack right off the start and like watching it back, I should have followed Jesse because he had a pretty good line right around the outside on that first lap where he leapfrogged like up to the front half of the pack almost. So I wish I would have followed him there because where I was just kind of stuck. And again, I'm on Dad's sled. And
Don't
it is
know
for
what it's going to do, yeah.
Well, no, like that's where I have that written down. Even that the XC 600 Gen 2 is very, very predictable. Like just so neutral. Like there's a reason that chassis is so good. So I had that written down. But no, I'm not wanting to wreck Dad's sled. Still for sale. And then Jesse, he don't care.
No,
he's just out there just bombing away. So I got stuck like mid-pack and just kind of maintained, like made passes here and there slowly but surely, kind of just picking my way through. I had no idea. You have no idea what position you're in.
No, not at all. After the first couple laps, you have no idea who's even in the lead anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But one of my main goals was to not get lapped.
Yeah.
I was like, if I don't get lapped, I'll be stoked. Just because the leaders are going so much faster when you're just in traffic even too. So, but slowly picking people off, and I was feeling good. Like it was only 8-minute final. Oh man, next year we got to do like 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's what the announcers were saying. They're like, those guys are all pumped up. I was like, it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
Not even.
It's the pro race. It's the last race of the day.
Yeah.
Like me and Jesse made the joke. It's like, let's do an hour and then
have a fuel stop and
fuel
everything,
stop
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Jesse would win. I'd say that, but yeah. I don't know. I was behind Bobby there for a second, and then I come into the next corner after maybe the next lap, and then through the snow dust, and I see Bobby off his sled. And pass. I was like, one more pass, and then stuck behind one guy. Watching it back, I should have changed a few lines of around the pond, around that kind of sweeping left. Should have been running the outside and then cutting down through the middle, down that little hill, into the outside berm where I was taking the outside there. But then the left-hander before the finish line jump, I should have been going to the outside there.
Yep.
Outside there, finish line, outside. Those three lines I should have changed. Well, like it's hard to change lines.
There's that many people out there. Yeah.
That and just it's hard to
Know if it's a better
if
line or
it's
not.
better or not. So like even we told that to Dad in Dad's heat race. We were like, you should have been going to the outside down the start stretch, just because we could tell watching that it was way smoother. But like sometimes you just get blinders on, I guess, and it's hard to switch.
And you think this pounding away through the moguls is like, yeah, this is probably the best line.
Well, like that's where going around that pond, I was going through the moguls, and there was a guy I was battling that was going to the outside, and I felt like I was maintaining with him to where if he made a mistake out there, I was going to be able to cut underneath him going down that little hill. So that was kind of my thought going through it, but watching it back, I should have changed lines. But yeah, battled through and 6th place. Mm-hmm. So I was stoked on 6th. Like I told Brody, I was like, if you would have told me down on the starting line, back row, that you're going to get 6th at the end of this, I'd be like, no way.
Yeah, if someone came up to us and both told us that, we'd be. I'd be surprised too.
Jesse started back row, ended up in 2nd overall.
Yeah, like
did he get 2nd or 3rd?
He got 2nd.
He got 2nd.
They gave him 2nd.
What? Yeah, I thought he got 3rd.
They said the kid that ended up 2nd. He jumped on a yellow, and I was like, "There's no jumps out there."
Or passed on a yellow or sorts, or
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know, the finish line jump and the one other kind of jump. You can kind of jump it out of the one corner.
Yeah, I guess, but
right before the start corner. I don't know.
Should we give Jesse a call? That darn kid. That was one of my goals of like
beat Jesse.
Like beat Jesse. That was like I wanted. If he would have rode his pile, I would have beat him.
Yeah.
And then if I would have had my ZR 600, I felt like that would have rode better in the bumps, at least in the final. That I would have been starting from the back row. I would have been at least 5th. I would say at least a top 5 would have been cool. But yeah, that's where in the trailer I was like, did I beat Jesse? And they're like, no, he got
3rd. Yeah.
I was like, no way. And then I was like, well, at least I beat Bobby. Here, let me just cold call Jesse here.
It looked like fun.
It was a blast.
It was cold as heck, though.
It was
Turn me
cold.
up, Brody.
I got cold.
It was cold. That wind was terrible.
Gunner.
Jesse Holstrom, you're live on the Shop Talk podcast.
Oh, fun.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Jesse Holstrom, 2nd place finisher at the ERX DitchBanger Nationals in Pro.
I don't know how, but we got it done.
How close were you to first? Could you see first, or were you just kind of spread out?
No.
You didn't even know where you were.
I didn't even know where I was, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I was wondering how you lost to that guy.
Yeah.
Start from the back row, that's how.
Yeah. On a borrowed sled.
That sled you had, though, ripped. Like, that thing was set up good, and it was fast.
Yeah, Jeff Lamorier clutched it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, they I was going to say, yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah, that other pile of junk that you got, you wouldn't have done that good on that one.
No, not even close. But yeah, Tyler paid like $800 for that sled, and they threw a hood on it, and then some skis, handlebars, and then Jeff kind of spent some time clutching it, and the thing ran good the whole time.
Yeah. Brody, did you have any sketchy moments or close calls or?
Just one over the finish line.
Yeah, that's probably the one I saw.
Because that's what Brody was saying. Like, Jesse looked out of control.
You always do, but the one was.
I didn't really lift, and then I lost my brake.
Oh, okay. Were you dragging him or what?
I didn't even know. I didn't even think I was hard on him, and then like lap 3, I grabbed him, like, oh, that's spongy, and then half lap later they were gone.
You and them goddamn brakes, I swear.
Guess you got to use them to go fast.
I don't know. Tucker never had a glowing red rotor, though.
Oh, yeah, Tucker's a different breed.
Yeah, that's true. But did you have fun, though?
Oh, my God, it was a blast.
Yeah.
I liked how rough it got.
It did, yeah. I was really surprised on how they groomed kind of the outside lines there, but it didn't take very long for it to whoop out instantly.
No, and my suspension is pretty soft.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, it bobbed out everywhere.
Riding belly pan the whole time.
Oh yeah, lots of feet in the stirrups and just ride it.
See, that's where my FXR boots wouldn't fit in the stirrups of that Polaris, so I was just running loose.
Yeah, that's no way I could do that. Them old running boards are so slippery.
Yeah, there's no grips on the running boards. You're just sliding.
loose leg the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they're so narrow, you can't put your feet back to stand up.
No.
So I was just kind of lock it in and just like bounce off the seat whenever you hit a big hole.
Yeah. Looked like Kirk Hibbert out there. Boing.
Yeah. If anybody would have came up to you, to me and you, Jesse, in the starting line and been like, hey, you guys are going to get second and 6 from the back row, we'd have been like, no way.
It was kind of hectic them first about 3 laps, 2-3 laps. People were bumping into each other.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
That's where I was just being too cautious with Dad's sleds where I'm sure you were just kind of just bumping and banging into people with no cares.
I was kind of going where like the lines that no one was at, like right on the outside.
Yeah. And
either try to sneak up way on the inside. People would like ride right down the middle, and I was just like, I'll go over here. And then it actually came out. I was probably about 10th opening lap, and then just kind of kept driving, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I told these guys that I wish I would have followed your lines on like that first lap or 2 laps, because it seemed like you were able to make your way through the field a lot quicker than I was.
Surprised. I was surprised. Like I kind of knew I was doing pretty good, but I didn't know like that I was obviously that far front. And then I seen Andrew and Adam. They were kind of like right in front of me about lap 3, and I seen them hit and tangle up. I was like, yes.
That's what I thought too. Passing them, I was like, well, that's 2 less guys to pass.
Yeah. and then between Justin Blazek flicking me off, he was the last 2 laps. He was flicking, like turning around, flicking me off, and then blocking me. But yeah, he thought I was a lap down. And he was just like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, that's what I didn't know where you finished, because I didn't even see you out there after the start, pretty much. But you were just in front of me the whole time. So, did you ever see? Yeah, did you ever see Bobby out there?
I did not. Did he finish? Yeah, he finished. I don't know. I don't think I see him.
I see it. Well, in the 2 corners before the starting line, I passed him when he was laying in the snow.
What was he doing laying in the snow? I knew his shock blew out.
Yeah,
quite the shock guy.
I don't know if he collided with one of the Skidoo guys, like on the entry of the corner where they kind of tangled up, or not. But
yeah,
I'm not sure. But
shout out to 131 for getting my piece of shit 600 rear shock put in order.
Yeah, but then you didn't even really get to use it because your sled was breaking down.
I will say he rebuilt it, but now it's unrebuildable because that shock cap is cross-threaded on there.
Hell yeah, brother.
And it's a HPG, so you can't even send it to Vince to have him fix it.
No.
So you and Brian will have to work on that one of these evenings.
I don't think Brian wants anything to do with that. What do you think of the outsides of the big berms, the big bowl corners?
I should have been using the one after the finish line. I wasn't. I felt like I had a pretty good line, kind of just coming in and tucking in tight on the inside. So that's one of the lines I wish I would have taken. But
that line after the finish line, way outside, that was fast.
Yeah,
you could just come in there and then just lean over and turn the skis, and that wall, the corner was so like bowled out that it was so fun.
Yeah, so I wish I would have changed up that line, but yeah, it was a fun track. If you just if you can make it flow, you can make it flow fast.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they put like a big double in there somewhere that like just have people send it and crash.
No.
Yeah. Your rear shock blown out, and you just
Well, if you ask Joey, the sled was dialed before the weekend.
Your new one you bought?
Yeah, he said it was. I asked, so he picked it up Thursday morning, and I didn't see it till Thursday night. And I loaded it on a trailer and had it out Friday morning. I didn't see it till late, so I took it down the ditch and back. I was like, huh. I was like, this might work. I don't know. But I'm like, so when he bought it, he called me. I'm like, so how are the shocks? Oh, they're good. I pushed on it. It's great. I'm like, oh, sweet. Everything else is pretty good. Yeah. And then we get it. And then you've seen that rear shock.
I pushed up and down on the rear, and it was just spring.
Boing, boing, boing.
It was just torsion spring.
Yeah, that's factory. That's for preloading the bump.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like there's another DitchBanger race coming up now, Jesse. Do you have any info on that or what?
I didn't really know about it until about like an hour before they said they posted that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Are you coming?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'll have to make my way over there.
When is it?
It's the 286 series.
Yeah.
DitchBanger race at Fertile, March 22nd.
March 22nd is Ironwood.
No, Ironwood is the weekend after Nadawash, isn't it, Jesse? Or the week? Or
no, Ironwood is 2 weeks after.
Oh, so it'd be a week before this one.
Okay, 16th. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that'll be interesting. They have enough snow in Fertile there where they should be able to make a pretty decent track. So
yeah.
You'll have to start testing and tuning on that old MXC of yours then.
Yeah, I need to get some car boots for it. Sounds like.
But and then you got a snowcross sled for sale. I seen you've been posting about to beat hell today or what?
Yeah, I gotta get that thing sold so I can get a newer one.
What, do you have a new one set and set in stone where you're trying to just pawn this one off as fast as you can or what?
Kind of. I got to get the money out of it so I can go buy a newer one. I got one lined up. I got to go buy it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, if anybody wants a Jesse's clapped out Skidoo snowcross sled, hit them up.
It's not clapped out. It has a nice new track in it. It has a new motor in it.
Yeah, but how about the bushings?
What are those?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't need those?
It's like an extra quarter-inch cambered. That's where the bushings are being shot.
You can make it your next year's Sioux sled. Just put some short spindles on it and a different track.
No,
I don't run that junk,
absolutely
Jesse.
not.
Oh, what's wrong with Skidoo?
Well,
look at it. That stock single pipe. I'm telling you. Quick.
I tell you what, if Trump makes Canada the 51st state, then I'll get on a Skidoo.
Yeah, right.
Then it'll be American brand or what?
Yep.
Made in America. Skidoo.
You got any Arctic Cat rumors that you heard of, Jesse?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. But
have you heard any Arctic Cat rumors?
No, not really. We should have heard something last week, I thought, of who bought them, but we haven't heard anything yet. So I guess we're waiting for this week. Who knows?
Yeah, they keep posting about every week they're gonna show who bought it, and then every week nothing happens.
Yeah.
Jesse, let's just get back on Arctic Cats and we'll make the company great again.
You got how many millions of dollars?
Trump is going to save this country.
What the fuck? Trump should buy Arctic Cat.
Trump should buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to make Arctic Cat great again.
Big tax write-off.
Yeah.
And next he'll make it snow some more for us, huh?
Yeah.
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 But, well, all right, Jesse. Well, second place DitchBanger winner, so we'll probably see you down at Walker this weekend. So.
All right. See you guys down there.
Yeah, we'll see you down there.
See you later.
See you.
All right.
Jesse Holstrom.
He hung up fast.
He's a busy kid.
He's fast.
He's probably going to the casino.
big casino kid.
Yeah, he is too.
He loves the casinos.
Yeah, every time you see him in one of them vlogs out in the Sioux, he was in the casino.
Yeah. Big casino kid.
Oh, that's funny.
But no, yeah, he was railing that corner after the finish line. Yeah, he was basically. It looked like he was upside down almost.
Yeah, that's the line I should have been taking. But
yeah, he was ripping it.
He's a snowcrosser.
He is. I'm sure. I wonder. That's what I should have asked him too. That all of his laps just around like Christian Brothers practice track, just because that's what he does, kill time and whatnot. That if that helps him, like be able to like kind of pick and choose and see different lines a little bit better. Because never really seen bumps that big.
Yeah.
They were freaking. It didn't.
Looked like
the broadcast didn't do it justice.
Well, even I noticed like watching the sleds, I was like, oof.
On some of them, like that left-handed turn before the finish line, like them 2 bumps before to get into the turn were 5 feet deep.
Oofta.
Your sled went down and up.
It looks like the whole sled is in the bump before it starts going back up again.
That's where I should have went outside to outside, missed them bumps. But we'll learn for next year. So that's the thing. We'll be back next year for sure.
99 SKS 700 with rack Mikuni carburetors instead of Keans.
Yeah, I just don't know what would be the best. Brody on a leaf springer.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, we'll get you out there.
I'm not doing it.
I got a 76 Jag sitting in the shed that's screaming, Brody.
Screaming.
I'm not doing it. I don't care.
With me and Jesse and Bobby being the only cross-country guys down there, I feel like if we had brought a whole fleet of our cross-country guys, like, they'd do pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even I worked my way up from last to 6th.
Not being a ditch guy.
Yeah. That's what I said in the vlog. It's like pretty good for an ice guy. But like, I had fun. It was just fun. Like, that's what it came down to.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was fun. Like, just getting off the ZRT at Pine Lake, where it's just like you're just having fun riding a sled.
Yeah.
So that's where it. If the guy who was parked next to us, Brody, wasn't it on the Yamaha number 3, the SRX, the one that looked really nice. Was that an older guy?
Yeah, they're older dudes.
If anybody knows who was on that Yamaha SRX number 3, that thing was set up so good.
Yeah,
like, and just on the pipe, just
snappy, just snappy.
So they had it jetted.
Yeah. So if anybody knows who was on that Yamaha number 3, let me know if that thing's for sale or not, because that thing was sweet.
Yeah, that thing was pretty damn clean.
It had a black hood on it.
Yeah.
It sat up nice and high, deep lug track in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody knows that guy, put him in contact. Hit me up.
Snappy.
You could hear that thing all the way around the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sweet. So yeah.
What was Bobby LePage running?
He's got, I think it's an Edge mod.
Yeah.
And then,
but he won the triple, or was it the Dash for Cash that he won?
No, the Dash for Cash. They did it. I'm glad I didn't enter the Dash for Cash, because that's maybe one thing I didn't like down there, that they did the Dash for Cash. That he had they split it into flights almost.
Yeah.
Where they had the sport light guys go, and then like it was like 50-second lap times. So sport light guys go.
Yeah.
And then they waited 50 seconds to send the semi-pro flight.
Yeah.
Waited another 40 seconds to send the pro guys.
So it was just debacle.
So Bobby LePage getting off the starting line is a minute and a half behind the leader already.
Yeah.
So you're a lap and a half behind.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of silly.
Yeah.
So it was a guy on a Yamaha leaf spring sled.
Yeah.
That won it.
Just pretty damn fast sled, and he knew how to ride it
fast and a good rider, and the track was just manicured.
Yeah.
So he got out there
and was
just
hauling ass.
Just railed.
Heaters in. Yeah.
Like, so he won it on a leaf springer.
That's sweet.
It was pretty cool.
So that's where, they did.
But what did Bobby play? He won a triple class, didn't he? I thought it was a triple class, but
I don't know. Because then I remember him being out there one other time where he got tangled up with the Yamaha guy on the backstretch at one point. But yeah,
Didn't he drive a ski into the back of?
Yeah, they were stuck together.
Yeah, they were stuck together.
So, yeah, if anybody knows who's driving that Yamaha number 3, hit me up.
Yeah,
I want that sled. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Oh yeah, they had how many Yamahas
they
there?
had two Vipers and then 2 older sleds.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
and they were all mint. They
Yeah.
were all just perfect.
That's
They
sweet.
looked clean.
Well, at least from
50 feet,
50 feet away.
50 feet, 50 miles per hour. They look clean. They look mint.
they look clean.
Yeah.
So,
Is the open class open?
open.
Yeah.
And that's where I don't know about the rules for like this pro class. Like,
Right.
what I'll have to do a deep dive here to see what the rules are.
Because, I think a ZR3 chassis, Snow Pro chassis,
What I have?
Snow Pro chassis. So they're basically the same thing. But, with the 800 big block cat in it.
Yeah.
It's a good engine.
We need a deeper lug track for sure.
That
Definitely.
800 will twist it.
That's I was spinning so much in the hot laps coming out of the corner, or just in the deep snow, just wah, where I had enough time to look down and like watch my RPMs. Like, I'm running pretty good RPMs at least.
Yeah.
just because you're just spinning, not moving. So I like clearly remember that. But how long have we been going, Brody?
Hour for 15.
Oh, not bad. So yeah, that's the DitchBanger National recap. You got anything else, Brody?
Oh, that 400 sled. That group of guys.
Oh yeah, they had this pretty nice gray MXZ Skidoo,
Yeah.
and they were tuning on it, and then because they were parked right across the row from us, and then me and Brody kind of walked back, and like
We walked away, and we came back, and then what the hell? When we were coming back,
the hood was open on it.
the trailer and everything was gone.
Yeah.
They were gone. And just, it was the hood was open up, and we walked by it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that sled caught fire.
Fire extinguisher
Everywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
Everything
no.
was just that powdery white and
Yeah.
just burnt looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that sled caught fire. And that sled sat there
with the hood open all day.
all day long.
Yep.
Until, I don't know how many hours it was, until they came back.
They came back in the Arctic Cat.
They went
But-
and got a new sled.
yeah.
But they kept wrenching on that sled. They kept wrenching on that sled the rest of the day. The day was over. Their race was done. They were still wrenching on the sled. I looked out the window one time, and the two guys that were wrenching on it, they were both just standing over it, smoking cigarettes, looking at it. They just had to take a break, and they were just looking at it.
But then their Arctic Cat that they had, we're just sitting in the trailer, and you just hear just pound and pound and pound and pound. And then Dad's like, yeah, they're trying to get some ski bolts out.
Oh, no. They're rusted in there.
Just must have been rusted solid because
Watch-
they would pound. They would flip the sled over and pound and pound and pound. They were taking turns.
Yeah, I watched on it tipped on the side. I bet you I stared out the window and watched that guy take 20 good swings with the hammer. So yeah, they had a tough week.
They had a tough weekend, yeah.
But
they were resilient. They were
they weren't giving up.
No, they were not giving up at all.
But I think they might have said they had like 500, 600 entries.
Holy
They
crap.
said it was close to 600.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, so the biggest snowmobile race of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you're down there, the snowmobile industry is alive and well.
Yeah.
Like, it is very cool to see. I wonder what the manufacturers think
The older sleds.
of
Older Frankenstein's sleds.
Well,
yeah.
it's cheap.
Yes.
That's the big thing. It's
Exactly.
cheap.
That's why there's 600 people there.
Yeah.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like all these manufacturers, old sleds from 2000s to 1990s out there just still giving.
And you look at
Just
like
bombing away.
the market for like aftermarket parts for them machines right now is through the roof.
Yeah.
Like paying twice as much as what the shit costs brand new.
Yeah, but like, and then the market of like instantly the next day, I had sent you guys that Snapchat of that
Sleds for sale.
ZRT that had pictures taken at the track.
At the track, helmet still sitting on the back of the numbers still on it. Yeah.
For sale. So that's why we still have Dad's XC600 listed for sale. And I updated it and renewed it too. That's like, if you want a DitchBanger sled for next year,
That's
sixth place finish in
Yeah.
pro in 2025. So
God, that picture was taken early too. The sun was still up.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
But yeah, the DitchBanger National, if you want to go have some fun, that's the place to go. We're definitely going back next year.
Yeah.
And it was a blast if you're not racing too, because they had what, four or five freaking
Food trucks.
Warming tents too.
Yeah.
warming tent. The chalet, what is that? Is that what they call it? The
Just
chalet?
indoor bar.
Yeah, the indoor bar
Building.
and like little sitting area. Yeah, it was cool. Good food.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering at the Sioux. Who cleans up the hill afterwards?
There was some weird looking. I saw two kids. I don't know if they were just doing it for the.
It pissed me off. There's just junk
Oh, really?
all over that hill.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Just garbage.
people just get up and leave all their shit.
Yeah, just garbage. It's like,
Well, they at the ERX down there, I seen like 2 or 3 people wearing safety vests just walking around like all day
Yeah.
with like the claw grabbers and a 5-gallon pail.
I was gonna say
That's
I
good.
saw two rough looking that might have been on meth, but they were picking up cans, and I think they were just doing it for themselves.
At the Sioux?
At the Sioux, yeah.
Oh, getting
Yeah,
free
it's
cans.
Getting free
10 cents
cans,
a can.
yeah.
Cans are worth a lot of money in Michigan.
Yeah, and so maybe that's what they were doing, and I don't think they were employed by the Sioux, but they
I'd
could
heard-
have. But yeah, they looked rough.
A funny story of a Minnesota rider at one point loading up their whole trailer to go to the Sioux, but the whole trailer is plumb full of cans.
empty cans.
Empty cans for money to cash in Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to do it next year. I got a whole bunch of cans. Yeah. We should do it. We'll just take all of our cans and we'll just
Start saving.
Just saving
Yeah,
As of
cans.
right now, I got a
It'll be
bunch of Coors banquets in
Yeah.
there. I'll start saving
The
them
Shop
again.
Talk podcast team fund. We'll just come out there, plumb full 29-foot trailer full of cans.
2-hour episodes, I could get about 6 in me. So 6 times, what did we get, 50 episodes last
Yeah.
year? You
That's
know?
like 1,000 cans.
yeah. That's like, 1,000 cans. That's $100.
But yeah, thanks Brody for coming down there, being the filmer, and
Yeah, it was fun.
not really. You're kind of out of your element of
Totally. Yeah.
what you like to do.
Yeah, I don't like this shit, but I do it.
Hang out in the trailer, in the cold
It
and
looked
whatnot.
like fun.
Oh no, it was a blast. It was fun.
Yeah.
It besides getting cold,
Like,
that was it.
it'd be-
That was my only complaint.
if
And
yeah.
the fucking morons, just the moron rednecks.
You're going to run into that anyway.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You see that at Pine Lake a little bit.
if you
but
could guarantee that it's going to be like 30 degrees,
Yeah.
30 and
the weather is the only thing that I would have changed.
30 and sunny, it'd be awesome to bring like our whole group of friends down there.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you could totally hang out there.
Regan and Bodie and those guys, they would have a blast just being down there.
Yeah, it was like the Sioux. Like Saturday morning, we get to the track and we're looking around and people are already drinking and they got the big mixed drinks cups.
Yeah.
It's like they're in for a full day
Yeah.
of partying. There were so many people there on Saturday. It was nuts.
Friday
Kind of
night.
make me not want to ride and just go party.
You could easily just go party because they got giant fire pits too.
Yeah.
Set up in front of all the people.
Yep.
And that's pretty damn nice to walk up and get warmed up on.
Yeah. No, they definitely have a good venue down there.
Yeah, they had it set up pretty damn nice. Had a really good burger, those giant pizza slices,
Yeah.
good coffee. They had a couple other food stands. Yeah.
I wasn't even there, but I'm already pissed off about the trash laying around. Pick it up.
No, they had a
When
lot
we-
of garbage cans out and
Oh, yeah,
everything. So like you don't see trash down there.
I'd say
really.
the Sioux was the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sioux was worse than a fucking movie theater.
Huh.
It was insane.
I guess I don't look at the hill, so I don't know.
I
we
was
lo-
up there, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, when me, Dad, and Ben left, we picked up our shit and we looked around. It's like, my God.
Yeah.
But no, like Kyle, if Addie's birthday is not on the race weekend next weekend,
It changes dates.
it does too.
So
yeah,
I think they just try not to interfere with any other races.
yeah. Any
So-
other snowcross races or whatnot. So,
So we'll see. See
Yeah.
what happens.
Because you would be right in your element there. You wouldn't call it. You would be helping people out and shit.
Bring my suitcase full of jets.
You'd be helping those dudes pound that fucking rusted ski bolt out.
Oh yeah, I've done this.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure Dad might have said that.
Yeah, like we thought about grabbing our whole box of old clutch springs.
Yeah,
and just
handing them out.
No, just putting a sign out like used clutch springs, $10. Just because Carver had his trailer and everything, rebuilding shocks down there.
That's a good business.
God damn,
Yeah.
I bet he made some business.
Yeah, and my dad's like, well, I wonder if I could do something like that, like with clutching, clutch tuning sign.
Yeah, clutch tuning and like new bushings on hand. New bushings and rollers on hand. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, so it's I'm looking forward to next year. It'll be fun. And then now this DitchBanger race, whatever they're going to do in Fertile in the middle of March, we'll go there and have some fun too. So tracks, we talked about tracks, Kyle. So the Gerald Deerdahl page, Chad Deerdahl, put out there a poll of running 1-inch tracks or 1 1/4.
Yeah, and it's pretty much split.
It is.
It's right down the middle. It's so weird.
It was. It's like,
I'm surprised. Yeah,
it was pretty much 50-50. What's your thoughts?
I don't know.
Did you vote on it?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you vote?
1 inch.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, just makes sense to me. But if it's split 50-50 like that, why not just eliminate the track rule entirely?
So that's an interesting take too, because like my dad said back in the day, like let's say you guys go to a short course track with a lot of snow, that like it was a debate for some guys sometimes to run 1 1/4 inch, or did you want to try to get more drive in the deep snow and run a deeper lug track?
Right.
You had the options to try different tracks. Like it wasn't a set depth.
Rule.
Yeah, a set track depth that you needed. Like my dad said, Josh, did we talk to Josh about that? Where I think in Munising, he put a deeper lug track in one day.
Yeah.
And he said it didn't work. He didn't like it because it was just point and shoot.
Yeah.
It didn't corner very good.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So that would add a different option of like testing and tuning of if there's a shorter length course and you want to put 1 3/8 in, you're going to get a little bit better drive.
Yeah.
But it might hurt you on if there's a straightaway.
But the one thing I was thinking of is there's only 3 scheduled ditch races, so including the
Ironwood
ski hill race.
Yeah.
So like all of our races are on ice.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's kind of, people say there's many different reasons to run 1 1/4 inch and stuff like that. But like for ice stuff, it's like, why do we even have that rule?
Initially, back in like 04, 05, I think they put the 1 1/4 rule in to try to
slow it down,
keep it slower.
Yeah. But my thoughts were all the sport classes are all 1 inch track minimum.
Are they?
Yeah.
I read that comment and I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, because Colin could run his 2000 XC 600 last year in sport class with 1 inch track.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't know that. I thought they were 1 1/4 as well with us. Odd.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that's like
classics
defeats the purpose of slowing a machine down if sport class can run a 1 inch track.
Pro Open Mod can run a 1 inch on the mods.
Yeah. So like that rule of trying to slow it down just doesn't make any sense if all these other classes can run 1 inch tracks.
If the mods can run 1 inch, they're going to go as fast as
those are the fastest sleds on the lake.
Yeah.
Yep. And like sport class, it's like you're running the same machines as the pros. Like, so like you can get a sport sled to go faster
in theory.
No.
Yeah, no, so I voted for the 1 inch just because you do tear outside lugs off on 1 1/4 inch.
Yeah, and you do on a 1 inch track too, but
it seems like not as bad.
Right.
And then so like they said that people are buying new tracks after like 2 weeks of sorts. We're not. I'm running that inch and a quarter with no outside lugs all year.
What do you do? You can't make me buy another track.
No, like you might as well throw that stud gauge out the window.
Yeah.
Because them outside studs have no lugs left.
Yeah.
Or the outside of the tracks have no lugs left.
Yeah.
So all them studs are illegal in quotations.
But
it's up for debate, I guess.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me either way.
It doesn't really matter, I don't think, but if there's that much, controversy, split 50-50, like why don't we just eliminate the track rule?
If you want to, then everybody's going to run in 1 inch.
Yeah. What's the purpose of everybody running an inch and a quarter?
Yeah. You're going to buy 1 or 2 tracks a year, no matter what.
Regardless. Yeah. But like
I'd say most people will have an ice track and a ditch track.
Yeah.
I'd say. So then you would have just like an ice track of a 1 inch and put an inch and a quarter in for the.
That's my thoughts exactly.
And you could like open up the track rule. You could gamble in the ditch if it's going to be a high speed, hard pack Thief River 250, where you could maybe get away with running a 1 inch.
Yeah.
If it's going to be faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with only,
open up the track rule, and it might cause a little bit of variations. It might
right. With only 2 scheduled ditch races a year. Park Rapids.
Well, there is no the schedule's not out yet for like next year.
Yeah, but
who knows with like this DNR stuff that they're talking
right,
about.
Right, they're only scheduling ice races, so like Park Rapids and the 500, the only 2 ditch races where.
Yeah. So
all that inch and a quarter is it's hard on them on the ice,
Yeah.
So if it's leaning more towards ice races from now on, why don't we go with that?
Yeah, like our ZRT is 1 inch, the F7 is 1 inch.
Yeah,
I mean,
the only sled. Yeah, my new one is the only inch and a quarter.
Yeah. So yeah, it's open to debate, I guess, for sure.
It's an interesting debate.
Yeah, like you said, I was very surprised that it was pretty much split 50-50.
I was really surprised.
Yeah.
What are the reasons to stick with an inch and a quarter?
There was a handful of people that had their comments on there of why this and why that.
But even if a 1 inch does deteriorate as fast as an inch and quarter, why would you be opposed to running a 1 inch?
Just the cost of having to buy 1 inch studs, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
It's a cost thing for everybody.
It is. It costs too much. So why are tracks so expensive?
Right. So if we got to keep buying inch and a quarter tracks, it's we might get another race or 2 out of a 1 inch track.
Tough to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there really only is one 1 inch track available, right?
Yeah,
it's just the hacksaw.
Yeah, I think so.
In Camso.
Yeah, a good race track, anyways.
Huh. Brody, what do you think?
I don't give a shit. No, I just know it's honestly.
Well, if we do switch to 1 inch tracks, be sure to use SHOPTALK 10 to save yourself 10% off your new 1 inch studs.
Yeah.
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 But no, I think
what is the number on them? 1070?
1077s.
1077s.
Yep.
The reason they switched to inch and a quarter was just to slow everyone down.
Yeah.
I think just take it off. Just say screw it. You can run whatever track you want.
That's
because you're already going 120 something on the ice.
Yeah, on the mod sleds.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter anymore. They're already going so fast. That's a 1 inch track. You're not going to go much faster.
And it's weird that it's only for the stock classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be across the whole entire board?
Exactly. You'd think
was inch and a quarter rule.
Yeah. This is our rule. Everyone's going to run it.
That's where the 7-year rule
Yeah, that's another thing,
just
too.
for pro.
7-year rule for the semi-pro and pro. It's like, why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like, we'd still be running Gen 2s if we could.
Oh, totally. Maybe not.
No, I'd still be running a 2015 ZR 7000 though.
Yeah.
But that's like, if there was no rule like that at the Sioux, there'd still be.
Oh, yeah.
There'd still be a Gen 2 out there for sure too.
Yeah, right.
And there should be.
Yeah. There should be.
There should be.
2014 Arctic Cats, Suzuki's.
It should be whatever fastest, best handling sled should win the Sioux. Doesn't matter what year, what brand. Fucking open it up. Make the fastest thing. That would be cool.
Throwing a lot of F-bombs in this episode.
I waited. I waited till the
you
end.
started off with them.
I started off with fricks.
With them dogs.
That was 7 minutes in, by the way. So geez. I waited at least 7 minutes. I believe that's the cutoff.
We'll have to get AI and then just have them bleep out all the cuss words for us.
I wonder how that would work.
No, I hate those. That's listening to a show or something
where
that
it
bleeps or pauses. Yeah. Or mutes the curse
all the
words.
Podcasts I listen to, they say whatever they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do put it under the explicit category when I upload to Spotify.
Oh.
So.
But I waited at least 7 minutes. And now it's in the back half, and so I don't give. Yeah.
The kids will be fine.
Yeah. They can hear swear words. They hear if they're hearing swear words from this podcast alone, this is the only time they hear swear words. Those kids are sheltered.
So I did have a handful of people come up and say hi to me down at the DitchBanger.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. The one guy in staging, he told me he was glad that I bought that ZR 600 because he was looking at it.
Oh yeah.
And after seeing all the troubles I had on my videos, he was happy that I bought it. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was funny.
That was pretty good. That's funny.
I did have one gentleman. I was just walking to the truck and trailer to get ready for the heat race, I think. And I had my hat on, sunglasses on, pit coat and everything. And he's like, "Is that Gunnar Arlo?" He's like, "I watch all your videos." And I was like, "I really appreciate that." So I was like, I have my sunglasses on and everything. It'd be hard to kind of recognize me.
No, you're very recognizable.
Do I have that kind of look to me?
You look like you're from Gonvik.
The same thing happened to me at the Sioux. 2 hoods up, sunglasses on. Brody. Whoa.
Oh, that was the guy outside the porta potty was Tarsi. The one that gave us a sticker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm a blender. Emily proved it. I had my helmet on. She didn't know who it was. I just blend into the crowd.
And even Dad on Saturday morning, Dad said random guy came up to him. "Glenn, how'd it go last night?" Yep. So, but yeah. And then the one guy, I can't remember who I seen him with. He's like, "You're that Artie Cat guy that makes YouTube videos." I was like, "Yep, that's me, I guess."
That is a description of me, yes.
Yeah. So I thought whoever came up to me this weekend said they watched listened to the podcast, watched the videos. Really, really appreciate it. I think that is super, super cool to get recognized for being a mediocre
totally
racer and
freaking weird,
a person who makes YouTube videos. Super, super cool. So I don't know. Got anything else, Kyle? Dad? See you down at Walker?
We'll be at Walker. I've been prepping all week. I haven't drank in like
4 days.
No, since the Sioux.
Oh, really? Since the Sioux, eh?
I've been cleaning up my act a little bit. Just getting in a little better shape here.
Kyle's in for points.
I'm freaking.
He's just settled in for points,
I'm going to start doing a little bumping and rubbing, I think. The year is coming down, It's time to start breaking this sled in a little bit.
So what do we got? We got Walker, Nadawash,
and then Ironwood. Doing all 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle's in for points.
I didn't think I was gonna do Walker.
Didn't think you were a points man, no.
No, I didn't think I was gonna do Ottertail, but then I was like, screw it.
Yeah.
And then look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Fucking weird.
5th in semi-pro stock for points.
Yeah, it's not that impressive, but you just watch.
We got
tricks up my sleeves. I've been staying in touch with Vince.
We got VS3 leading semi-pro in proof points.
Yeah, and he
said he would semi-improve his life by not going.
Yeah. And so, like,
Vince has been helping out a lot. I didn't know half the stuff.
VS3 is the man.
Like, so,
smart.
like,
Yeah.
my sled right now compared to Pine Lake,
totally different.
180 degrees, totally different.
Huh. Another person who watches videos, Jamie Anderson,
Yes.
talked to me. He's like, so, what was it, like Alexandria College of some sorts he taught at?
Yeah.
And Vince was actually one of his students there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he said, I watched Vince cross-thread bolts or break bolts off, and smart kid, but I watched him at the beginning. And so I texted Vince that night. I was like, do you know what Jamie Anderson? He's like, yes, I do.
Old boss man.
Yeah.
Whatever he called him.
Super nice guy. So that was pretty funny. But yeah. So yeah, I seen they put something on about plowing, that there's a lot of rock hard drifts out there.
Yeah.
I wonder how plowing's going.
It's probably not as bad as Maine.
Well, if you went to go try to plow Pine Lake right now, it is not going to go good.
Rock hard.
Rock hard.
Well, they were working on it last week, so they should have come up with something.
So that's where if anybody has a picture of how it's going down there.
I just pray it's going to be smooth. Track doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty fun.
But how is it going to
shape up?
How is it going to plow in? You're going to be rock hard drift and flat ice, and rock hard drift and flat ice.
Do not blow a corner.
Call me gouge.
You'll be sky high.
Call me gouge.
Call me gouge. Yeah. You want the sod removed from your lawn this winter? Call me.
Call me gouge.
That's what I should have told Brady. It's like when we put a new cutting edge on the Bobcat. Call me gouge.
Hell yeah.
None of this fancy shit, Gunner. Just make it flat.
Yeah. You're just trying not to gouge it. Oh, shit.
I love saying that.
But yeah, thanks to all the fans and everybody that watches and listens to us just sitting here in the garage and just bullshit about snowmobiles.
At work, I make them call me number one.
Why?
I'm number one.
At work, I put Bro 5 on all my shit.
Yeah.
And so I lost my glasses, my safety glasses. And the one guy asked for some, and the foreman, he was like, oh, yeah, I got a pair right here. I'm like, those are mine. He's like, why did you put your name on it? I'm like, who else is Bro 5? I'm like, I didn't know that. It's like, oh, well, I guess that's my fault.
Like when you're staining cabinets, like you should put like a thumb imprint.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, on all the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Inside where the hinge goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spray the back of a door, thumbprint right in the hinge.
Do you do that?
I've done it on a couple.
Oh, you should do that. Like put your.
All these cars I restore, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna start signing the back of the dash up underneath of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Then nobody will ever see it.
No.
But if I come across a car in 30 years that's all scrapped out and this looks pretty familiar, I can look underneath the dash.
Hey. Okay. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 64, DitchBanger National. Thanks for listening. Thanks
Hour
for
41.
watching. Yep. Pretty good episode. So
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
See ya.